What is going on, guys? Here we've got episode 4 of FMTV Sports Science Overhaul. Important enough for them to make a features video about it, so I'm very interested in this. Let's check it out.
Welcome to FMTV. My name is Joe Tomlinson, and today we're talking about sports science. In Football Manager 2018, your medical team take on a bigger role than ever before, providing you with more information about your club's current injury situation, as well as advising you about how to avoid injuries happening in training. Sports science...
I love this. I love this because I'll just tell you now, in terms of sports scientists, they're really, really important. If they're going to help you even more to prevent players getting injuries in training, yeah, I am all for it, because for me, training injuries are so frustrating. And like when you get an injury in a game, you understand it more. But I feel like the injuries in training is like, it's just really annoying. And hopefully we can prevent it a bit more.
Scientists made their debut in Football Manager last season, and they return this year with a more visible presence. They report directly to you with regards to the physical condition of your squad.
Exactly.
Freeing up your physios to focus on treating injured players.
It's another thing as well that I was just thinking, if you get an update on the condition of your players, you'll be able to manage that's something I haven't done personally. Maybe that could contribute to injuries. You see the fitness level of your player, not just their match fitness, but then you can maybe adjust their training schedule, which honestly, personally, I don't do too much. Usually just do by the team, but the personal individual training, you can lower the intensity for the players that need it.
There's also a new dedicated sports science attribute for medical staff. You can view the feedback from your sports scientists on the new...
Wow. I was just taking a look at this for a second. See, injury... Yeah, you see the chance of them getting injured. You see their training load. This looks really nice. Man. Like, when I saw this sports science overhaul, like how in-depth it is, it's just going to be with the sports scientists. But no, it's actually, it comes along with the medical center as well, like as a main feature. So, what does it say? Just take a read of it. I feel that the overall, the current... training workload is likely to lead to lower than normal level of injury. So, yeah, basically, I'm not going to read through. You can read that yourself. But, what's that? We have seen an 8% decrease in injuries so far this season. Yeah, like this, I really like this feature because injuries is something I absolutely hate. So, even if we do get injuries, there's going to be more of something that explains that. So at least that is good. If you're getting injuries, you can take a look at why that's happening and you can look to rectify that.
Medical Centre section, which is your one-stop shop for everything related to the fitness of your squad. There are 5 panels within the section offering the most detailed insight and analysis of your team's condition in the series' history. The first of these, the overview panel, shows you who in the squad is currently injured, which players have recently returned from injury, and any players...
And this is just a little thing, by the way, but I do like how it's set up in terms of the layout for under 23s and under 18s. They're at the bottom of the menu on the left side there. I like how that's set up. Everything for the main first team is like essentially everything before that. Then they're at the bottom when you want to take a look at those. I like how that's set up. And there's a few, it's set up in a few different ways, like a few different areas. You can see the club board finances, and then they have the lines on top of them, like scouting, transfers, scheduled competitions, and then those main squad stuff as well, like squad, then dynamics, tactics, team report, staff training, medical center, they're all together. So I really like the layout of it. Like, thumbs up whoever the thought of that idea.
That's at increased risk of picking up an injury. At the top of the screen, you'll also see an assessment from your sports science team about your current training workload, your injury record compared to the rest of the league, and any changes you can make to your training methods to avoid injuries ahead of upcoming fixtures. What if we want to see how we can reduce the likelihood of injuries occurring on the training pitch? Well, you'll want to go to the risk assessment panel. This shows you your upcoming fixtures and current training workload.
Okay, here we go. This is another one. It looks similar because you can see the injury risk like the other screen, but this is the risk assessments. It shows you your next fixtures. And a little important information followed by a 7-day break, which usually I'll try and analyze myself. So it's a good that the game kind of shows that. Even though, yeah, I normally do try and figure that out myself. Just take a look at future fixtures. So it's good. It's calculated, so you don't have to do that yourself. So that is good. Yeah, wow. Because this is, look at here, Pereira. He's very high, unfit due to recent injury. That is something you think about yourself. Like, oh, a player's coming back from injury. You got to be careful with the training. But yeah, like you got to understand that's probably normal. But a lot of the ones that are high or then very high in Pereira, it's because they're kind of coming back from injuries. But then there's Cathcart and Prodl there, yeah, both on high. So it's something you got to be careful. You see with their match load as well. This is very in depth. Wow. Like for me, medical center, like with like everything injury related, has never been an in-depth feature. Like your players just get injured essentially, and they're really adding a bit more to it. I'm loving this. Wow, this honestly surprised me, and I really like it. It's something small in the grand scheme of things. People will see it as, but it's something really important. You need to get right and integral for your season,
allowing you to easily match the intensity of your training sessions to your upcoming matches. Your sports scientist will then point out when it would be best to lighten the player's workload and when they need to put in the extra hours on the training pitch. This will help keep your players injury-free for longer and potentially prove to be the difference between defeat and victory.
Like I said, for the season.
The risk assessment screen also gives you information on each player in your squad's susceptibility to injury, overall injury risk, current workload in both training and matches, and their general condition. From here, you can delve into a player's individual medical report to see their injury history and status, as well as any parts of the body that are currently affected by an injury.
That just reminds me of like WWE games when you're like obviously fighting someone in a match and it shows you which part is like you're trying to get it to the red level and trying to exploit that. But anyway, guys, yeah, I like the look of this. Another section here. This is just in the players, their reports. As you can see, it's in their reports. Okay. You can see his treatment plan, but yeah, well, it's like more in depth. There's so much more information. Like Football Manager's been a game always with a lot of information, but not for injury. So they're adding the injury side of things right now to give you, like, yeah, if this helps, I would like to think it will. This is going to be a very nice addition to Football Manager, and by the looks of things, this is something that like personally I feel like we needed. Like all the features up until now, not just this one, of course, the previous videos, it's all gotten me excited for playing a really long, in-depth save, like a really long save for a lot of seasons, and building a good career with my manager and the team or teams I manage throughout that save. It's gotten me really motivated to do that now. Previous years, especially FM17, I just didn't feel that. But yeah, this year it's got that spark back for me from these features without a doubt.
There's also details on treatment they're receiving and the time until they can return to training. Let's move on to the injuries panel. This screen lists details on every injury your squad has picked up over the season and the last campaign. It includes severity, the treatment option that was used on the player, and how long the player was sidelined for. At the top of the screen, you'll be able to see a comparison of your current injury situation compared to the league average, as well as a graph showing a year-on-year comparison of the number of injuries your squad have sustained. In the top right, there's also a snapshot of which players have missed the most action over the past 12 months.
Oh, that's a neat.
For a more detailed view of that snapshot, you'll want to head to the season summary panel. This breaks down the number of injuries each squad member has suffered this season compared to the previous campaign, and the time and percentage of action that they've missed during the season. There's also a panel for currently injured players. Finally, all 5 panels can be filtered to show your senior squad or youth teams, or all 3 should you desire. You'll also
cool.
be sent emails from
You
your
see the youth
physios
team as
and
well.
sports scientists that help you see how you compare to other clubs in your division injury-wise. Make sure you regularly visit the Medical Centre tab, make use of the information and advice contained within it, as well as the feedback from your sports science team, and you'll be able to better prepare your squad for the rigours of the modern football season. This will help keep your key players in top condition for those local derbies, relegation six-pointers and title deciders that define a season. Thanks so much for watching. Keep an eye out for more episodes of FMTV, and for more information...
And still there's going to be
Football
more.
Manager 2018,
Wow.
visit footballmanager.com.
Okay, this is going to be a big year for FM 2018. I can tell this game's going to be great. Just off this and the previous features they have announced, as I was mentioning, the game is going to be so much more fun. And I feel with all these things, the biggest thing for me is just game to game. In Football Manager, it was almost just like a grind midweek up until the next game, just continuing, going through the same going through the same few messages. And now I just feel like, everything is going to be so important again in Football Manager midweek. As I mentioned, during between the spaces between games, you're really going to have to focus, and this is one side of that. We're going to have to take a look at that regularly, manage your injuries, because it could be the difference between a title win, cup win potentially, or staying up from relegation, like you mentioned as well. So, for all teams, it's going to be very important. For all managers. So, and he even said this is not it. There's even more. The beta is going to be out in a couple weeks. Oh, I'm so excited to start making videos. So if you're new to my channel as well, make sure you subscribe for my series. I'll be doing one big series or a series with a big team, Manchester United on the beta, but also when the full game is out, I want to be starting like a good challenge, maybe with a lower team. We'll just have to see what kind of save. But really, all these kind of features has got me feeling, as I was saying, to get into a save like that this year. I really feel it'll be amazing. So if you did enjoy this video, drop a like on it. Greatly appreciate that. Make sure you check out Football Manager's YouTube and all their social media accounts for all the latest information on FM18, and I'll see you guys next time.